In this video, I'm going to show you how to download and use the Survey123 app for the Western Monarch Count. The first step is to download the app onto your preferred mobile device. So go to your app store and search for Survey123, then download the ArcGIS Survey123 app. Once you've downloaded it, open it up on your device, and you should see a screen that looks like this. You'll note that there are 3 different options to enter into the app, and whether or not you have an ArcGIS Online account, you're always going to select Continue without signing in. Then you should see a screen that's titled My Survey123, and right now we don't have any data sheets in our Survey123 app, so this is our next step. There are 2 ways to download the 3 Western Monarch Count datasheets into the app, and I'll show you both, starting with the QR code method. On another device like a computer or a tablet, you can go to the Western Monarch Count website, go to Help Count Monarchs and click Datasheets and Protocols, and then click Set up the Survey123 app. Scroll down. We've already completed step 1 of downloading the app onto our smartphone, and now we'll go to step 2, option 1, and we'll use the app to scan the QR codes. So in the search bar, there's a QR code icon. We'll select that and scan each of these codes, which will automatically download the data sheets into our app. We can X out of the data sheet, select Close and Lose Changes, and now you can see that the WMC Monarch Count datasheet is downloaded into my Survey123 app. I'm going to repeat this process for both of the other habitat assessment data sheets. So I'll click the QR code, scan the short form habitat assessment, X out, and now I have both data sheets here. I'll do this one more time for the long form habitat assessment, X out, and now I have all 3 data sheets in my Survey123 app. If you're like me and you like to double check that everything's functioning properly, you can X out of the app, reopen it, select Continue without signing in, and you should see all 3 data sheets here in your My Survey123. This means that all the data sheets have downloaded successfully, and you won't have to do this ever again, because once you've downloaded them, they'll always be here every time you open the app and when you're monitoring sites. So let me show you the second way to download these into your app. So we're back to an empty app. We don't have any data sheets here. And say you don't have access to another device or screen to scan the QR codes, you can use the browser on your phone to go to the Set Up Your Survey123 Field App page on the Western Monarch Count website. You'll scroll down past the QR codes to option 2. Now you'll click on each of these buttons. When prompted, you'll select Open in the Survey123 Field App. And just like last time, it'll open each datasheet and automatically download it. And so you'll just repeat this process for each of these 3 buttons or 3 data sheets until you have them all downloaded into the app. Just a reminder, you only need to do one of those methods, but those are the 2 ways you can get the data sheets into your app. So once you're here, you can choose to close out of this video if that's all you wanted to know. Otherwise, stick around for a couple more minutes and I'll show you how to navigate the data sheets. So when you open up a data sheet, you'll click Collect. You'll see the different questions here. Required questions are marked with an asterisk. You can submit your data using the check mark in the bottom right-hand corner. You can close out of your survey or data sheet with the X. You can choose to save in drafts, continue this survey, so maybe you selected it by accident, or you can close and lose changes, which is just discarding it and starting over. So I'm going to click continue. You can click on each of these headers to close and open different sets of questions. I've included a reminders section here so you can check out the code of conduct, maybe learn about what to do when there's no cell service or Wi-Fi. And again, you can just click it to minimize. One of the cool features of Survey123 is that if you would like to save answers, you can save them as favorites. So I'm just going to enter a example email here. So I've entered test@gmail.com for my email address, and then I'll put in a fake name. So I'll just say Sally Smith. Okay, so let's say I want to favorite these two answers so that I can populate them in future surveys. Once I have done that, I can click the 3 lines in the upper right hand corner and click Set as Favorite Answer. Now, when I go to collect a new survey, I can click these 3 lines up here and select Paste Answers from Favorite. My email and my observer name have populated in my form. So this is a really great option. Setting favorites is a really great option when you have fields that repeat from survey to survey. So usually the observer names and the email address fields are great for this. If you monitor one site and one site only, maybe you can also set favorites for some of the general site information questions, but I would be a little bit careful with setting favorites beyond observer names and emails just because you don't want to autofill fields that you'll have to change. The other thing I want to show you is conditional formatting. So we'll use this question as an example. If you select that this is a known site, you'll be prompted with the site ID number and site name questions. If you select that it's a new site, you'll be prompted with the site description of the new or unregistered site. You won't have to fill out the site name or site ID number questions because a new site wouldn't have those. So a perk of using Survey123 is that you get to skip over questions that aren't relevant to you, and hopefully this speeds up your data collection time. Additionally, if you try to submit your survey without completing all the required fields, you'll get a reminder that in a box outlining the questions that you still need to complete. So if I enter the date and I try to submit again, it'll highlight the next required question that I still need to fill out. Ultimately, Survey123 allows you to submit higher quality data, and it minimizes the errors that might happen with paper data sheets. So there's a lot of perks to this. It might take a second to get used to it, but we really encourage it. And if you have any questions, please reach out to us. We're happy to help. You can email wmtc@xerces.org or reach out to your regional coordinator. Last thing, if you want to save in drafts, you can access your drafts here, go back and complete or review them before submitting. Once you submit forms or data sheets, you'll have a sent option and you can review data sheets you've already submitted. And then finally, there will be, I think, an outbox section. So if you try to submit a data sheet when you don't have service or Wi-Fi, it'll end up in your outbox and you'll have to go in at a later time and officially send that so the Xerces Society and your regional coordinator have access to your data. Well, I hope this demonstration was helpful, and good luck using Survey123 in the field, and happy monarch counting!